Okay, team. I think most of us joined. We can get it started. So, so today our intention is to focus on day two content. So, hands-on lab creating free tier, Azure account. Followed by we are going to discuss about what is Azure subscription, and we are also going to discuss about Azure Resource Manager and Resource Group. And finally, will be done with some important Azure services. Okay. That is the action plan for today. So, how are we going to create a Azure free account? That is the first requirement for now. So, coming to the Azure free account. Okay, see, sponsored link comes for AWS, but fine. This is the blog I used to refer, where here they have given a clear data, how to create Azure free account. So when you create Azure free account, right? Yes, you would be able to practice all these resources, all these services, everything you would able to practice on top of that free account itself. Okay. So when you create an account, they'll be giving you 1 month of subscription, which is totally, free. Or either you can finish 1 month of usage, or they'll give you somewhere around 7,000 INR money in your credited in your free account. Okay, out of which any one is first completed, right? You would be end up with your free subscription. After that, if you want, you need to go with the pay as you go model. This is one way, but I recommend my team members to use 1 month. If you completed your free account, right, create another email ID, create another account. Okay, start use the Azure service. That's how I suggest. So in that way, right, we will not be having any issue in creating an account. So basically, anybody already has your own Azure account, or anyone used Azure account before? Anyone remember, kind of? Anyone has any exposure or basic hands-on with Azure account or something?
Yeah, yes, I had once and then later I closed the account.
Okay, fine. So, what purpose you created that account? Yesterday you said you does not work on any Azure project. Is it
I
for
just created that account to practice some um technical steps,
Okay, okay.
like creating an EC2 instance,
In AWS,
running it, stopping it, take snapshots.
is it instance comes on AWS? Here, a virtual machine you try to create or what?
Yes, yeah, virtual machine, yes.
Okay, fine then. So if you go there, first we need to browse with azure.microsoft.com. Here you have option for free account creation. Okay. So since I cannot show you browser directly because I have my own account, you guys just follow this link and get your account created. Okay, before coming tomorrow session, that will be useful. If you go there, there's something called a free account, where you can see, start free or click on free account. Once you have done right, you can click on that start free. So it will ask you to log in, sign in Microsoft account using an email address. It's good to have any Outlook.com email ID. If you're not having it, I recommend you to create one Outlook.com. Okay, that is really useful when you use Microsoft account for Azure. Even some people use a different provider also, but recommended by Azure, you can use Outlook.com, something like that. Okay. If you're not having the one, you can create the one. You have option here to click on create one. Simple. It will ask you to select any email ID and phone number and all those basic information you need to provide. So your Gmail account will be ready. Okay. Followed by, you need to provide all these information about you, identity verification. Okay. and phone number, verification code, from your OTP will generate to your phone. All those things you'll have to provide. Then finally, a verification by card. Here, you need to provide, your credit card information. What is the reason they are asking your credit card information? Once you created your Azure account, right, you can do anything in that Azure account. You can create on virtual machine for free of cost. You can start use that server for hacking purpose. Possible, right? You can set up some mail functionality in Azure. You can send some threaten email to anybody, right? Any celebrities or VIPs. Okay. So to avoid all those, right, Azure have to properly validate. To avoid all those, Azure have to properly validate you are a authenticated person, you are a authorized person. In that case only, they are asking for the credit card information. So once you're given a credit card information, I think they hardly take $2 or ₹2 from your credit card. That also will be refunded. Okay, that also will be refunded in another next 2 working days. But no need to bother. Like if I over consume that Azure account, they will take money from my credit card. Nothing like that. Okay, no need to worry about that. Even after 1 month, you don't want, by default, the account will be get suspended. If you want to manually cancel that also, you can cancel it, up to you. But automatically after 30 days, the subscription will be expired. Even if you're trying to use it, you need to manually change that to pay as you go model. Only then you can continue using it. So you need not to be afraid about Azure. I will take money from my credit card. Nothing like that. Okay. It will never happen until you select pay as you go model. Whatever the account you created, you started from start free. In that case, definitely they will not charge you for. Anyway, so finally you have to select the agreement. Okay. So click on that yes. Click on sign up. So once done, you will be able to log into that Azure portal. This is how your Azure portal works. Okay. Portal.azure.com. Even yesterday I've seen, right? Same thing. So I'll share this link with you guys in chat. All of you, right? Create your account today. Okay. And while coming to tomorrow's session, make sure all of you having a account with you. Got it? Any doubt in this?
No hurry.
Okay, perfect. So when you create your own Azure account, there is something called subscription. How many of you here using Netflix subscription? How many of you know enjoying just a free content in Netflix? Hey, Harry, I have a Netflix app in my mobile. I just watch the free content. I have a subscribed one for Netflix. Any users like that?
Yes, 1 year subscription
1 year
for
subscription
Netflix.
you're using. Okay. So you can differentiate two things in this case. One is when you install your Netflix in your mobile, it's supposed to be asked you to set up an account, correct? Which means it will ask for your Gmail ID or your phone number. OTP will generated. By the way, your Netflix get logged in with your account, correct? In order
Yes.
to access their content, you need to pay for it. Until you download the app, until you provide the information, it will not ask you to pay any amount. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, only when we want to see a movie in it,
Yes.
it may ask to subscribe.
Yeah, it will not be, it will not play. You need to go for a subscription. So you need to understand the account and the subscription. So installing Netflix application and providing our phone numbers and OTP, logging into your Netflix, which means you created an account in Netflix. Make sense? You just created a account in Netflix. Later, when you try to play any movies inside or any web series inside, That moment, it will throw you an pop-up says, hey, it does not have any subscription in your account. Go ahead and get the subscription. Correct? That moment only, we will buy a subscription for 1 year, as what she said, right? She had a subscription 1 year. Similarly, we'll go and buy subscription 1 month or 3 month or 1 year, whatever. It depends on you. So if you bought a subscription for 1 year, it will be valid. The subscription will be valid for 1 year. After that, you will not be able to use it until you renew it. That's a different story. But the difference between account and subscription is whatever we created with our email ID and things so far, right? That is we provided our Microsoft account, we provided our personal information, phone number, OTP verified, okay, credit card information we have given, which means we have created a Azure account. In order to enjoy the service inside of the Azure, I want to create a VM, I want to create a database server, I want to set up a network. Okay, so all those things we need a subscription. Understand?
Yes.
Perfect. So when you go to real environment, right? Right now you can see I have a MSDN platform subscription. I explained the reason yesterday itself why we have a MSDN platform subscription we would require. So in that case, we are a certified Microsoft trainers and we contribute for Azure community as well. So that way, right? We got this subscription. We'll have to keep renew it. That's fine. But for you guys, right? You will be coming with a free trial subscription. Maybe in past, if you guys had a Azure account, someone said, right? You had a Azure account. Couple of people are said. So in that case, you would have received with the subscription something called free trial. That's valid for 30 days. Free trial that's valid for 30 days. So if you go to live environment, live projects, you will have a various subscriptions actually, which means for production resources, they'll have one subscription. For pre-prod, they'll have a staging environment, I'm telling. Pre-prod, okay, they will have one dedicated subscription. For development, they'll have one subscription. For each project, right, minimum they'll have 3 subscriptions. Minimum, they'll have 3 subscriptions. What is the reason they are creating different subscription on Azure account? What is the benefit out of it? Anyone knows? Why they have a different subscription for prod, pre-prod, dev? What could be the reason? What do you think?
So the depends on the environment, the security level or the backup, how it is maintained may be different.
Yeah, very good. Agree with that. Any other input?
It's easy to manage a specific environment to user level.
Okay, that's also nice. Any other could be the reason? Why Dove has different subscription, prod has different subscription, pre-prod has different subscription. What will happen if we keep all these resources in one subscription?
If anything goes wrong in Dev or any subscription goes wrong, then entire application will not be able to access.
Yeah, very good. Dhanabal. Yeah.
So maybe the functionality level, like a E5, E3, E2 subscription have some higher weightage. So to segregate the futures, like for example, mid-level company choose some kind of functions. They choose different subscription based on the amount.
Yep, correct. All right. By adding to your valuable input, I'll add some of the a clear definition on top of which. If you take organization, they'll, as I said, they'll have a different subscription for prod, pre-prod, and the dev. Imagine in your environment, if you are not having different subscription for your environment, all the resources are in one subscription means the resources are not properly organized. It's like garbage. Like understand, right? Yeah, many of them will jump into a subscription, they'll create a resource, they'll go. Even testing will happen at the same subscription. The resources, my DevOps engineer will create a couple of VMs. I forgot to delete. Next week, right? Somebody else will create some other resources. End of day with mixture of with the different resources will not be clear whether this resource is needed or not needed. Unnecessarily, we'll be paying the bill for it. There is not a properly organized resource. Okay, that is the reason we are dividing the subscription for different environment. For production subscription, if you take only production related high critical resources must be there in production. No other thing, unnecessary testing, nothing will be happening in the production subscription. Pre-prod is the mirror copy of your production. If something we are going to do it in the production, we'll do it in pre-prod. We'll test it thoroughly. If nothing impact happen, then we'll move it to prod. That's how in every environment, if you go, it will be there. Third one is dev. Whatever you wanted to do the testing, POC, development activity, you can do it in the dev subscription. Okay, so this way we can properly organize our resources, guys. This way you can properly organize your resources with different subscriptions. The another reason when you have a different subscription, right? Imagine there is a person called Dhanabal. He is newly onboarding to my project. He has worked in different company. Now he is newly joining to my account, my project. So if I maintain only one subscription, obviously I need to provide him access to the subscription. So definitely, if we maintain only one subscription, Dhanabal can access my prod resource also. He will have a permission to access my development resource also. Everything, because no other way we cannot categorize, right? Once I provide access to the subscription, whatever resource resides inside of the subscriptions, he'll have a access by default. But imagine if you categorized your resources as a prod subscription, pre-prod subscription, dev subscription means if we onboard Dhanabal to my project, for initially I'll provide him dev subscription access alone for some period of time to understand the infrastructure. After some point of time, we'll enable access for pre-prod. After some time, we'll enable access for prod subscription. That way, we'll go in hierarchy way. So my environment is secure in this case. All of you agree? Any doubt in this?
Yes, clear, agree.
Yep. So that is the reason, right? In production, if you go, they'll maintain minimum 3 subscription. Okay. So this way we can categorize it, and even end of day billing every month we can give billing, right? Okay, every month we are giving billing. In that case, right, we would able to see for development this much we consumed, for production this much we consumed, pre-production we have consumed this much. So if you want any cost settings or cost deduction you wanted to do, it'll be easy for us to work on cost cutting on those areas as well. Okay. Yep. So this is the reason we are going with an multiple subscription. We can create it, and this is the industry standard, by the way. Okay. So once you created a subscription, we can go inside of the subscription. We would see. Okay. So who's the owner of the subscription? What is the subscription ID? What is the name of your subscription? Okay. All those things, right? We would able to see. So spending rate forecast. So far, how much we spent? What is the limit? Okay. All those information we would able to see.
All those information you able.
There's a person called Joggy. I muted. Anyway, here you can see all the a number of resources and costing, how much we spend, subscription ID. This is very important. Subscription name, all those things. Current billing period, what currency type we use. So here it's important whether the subscription is active or not. All those information we would able to see. And main thing, right, when you come to access control IAM, here is the place we will manage our permissions actually. Who all we have access. Okay, who all we have access, who all does not have an access, all those information, right? We would able to get it from here. All those access, we'll get it from here. Since I said we are using this account also for production. So see, look at this, 2 user, 4 groups and 5 service principal, 5 unknown. Totally 17 items got access to that subscription. Okay. So that way we can, ensure who all get access to this subscription, who all get access to this subscription. Okay.
Only those who are members here will be able to see the subscriptions.
Yeah.
Is it?
And subscription and the resources.
Okay.
If you go, there is a service called Azure Active Directory. Earlier, now it's something called as a Entra ID. Okay. Keyword is Azure Active Directory. When you open this new tab, anyone know what is the use of this service? Entra ID.
This is like on-prem Active Directory.
Somehow
This is
similar to it.
Active Directory of cloud.
Yeah, correct. So here the place where we will create our user section. We go there. We have set off, users available. Okay. So using this account we created, and now I'm going to create a new user. Okay, let me click on new user. I'll give the name to the user like a new user. Okay. Or I'll give any active name, Dhanabal. Because he is the one today is most active. Okay. Dhanabal is the name. I have provided user principal name, nickname, it taken as a Dhanabal. Display name also could be same, no issues. Password, let me copy the password. Okay. This is the password. Next to go to property. Okay, we can provide him a full name, job title, department. If we want, I can provide it, but all those things are optional. Assignment, if we want to add any group or role, we can do it here. I'll do it later. I will just click on create user. Okay. This is the user principal name. Let me copy that. Using that only we will log in. Okay, we created a user and Azure it will take little time to pop up. Yeah. We could see Dhanabal is the user we are able to see here. Very first person we can see. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to log in using Dhanabal user. I'm going to log in using Dhanabal user. How can we do that? Let me open incognito. Here portal.azure.com. Let me go. So as for the username, we have the username already. Let me provide the same. As for the password, yes, we do have a password, right? Asking me to reset for the first time. Okay, now welcome to Microsoft Azure. We're glad to assist you, which means we are first time to Azure, right? That's what the page comes. We can close this tour. If you go to Microsoft Azure, this is a home screen. You can even see we are logged in with Dhanapal user. Okay, fine. For him, right? If we go to start with Azure free trial, we can create it. Or if you go to subscription, okay, you are not able to see any subscription because we created an account alone. He does not have any subscription. Okay, So what we need to do in our Azure account, currently, we are accessing it from Chrome. If we go to this browser, Safari, I've logged in with my, account admin credential. If I switch my browser, okay, we created a Dhanabal here, right? Same Dhanabal, what I will do, I'll go to the subscription. Okay. In this subscription, I need to provide my access. Click on it. Click on access control. Okay, go to add a role assignment. Okay. For now, I will give him a reader permission here. I'll give him a reader permission. Click on next. Select the member. I need to choose Dhanabal. Dhanabal. Okay. Let me click the user. He came here, selected members. Click OK. Review and assign. I'm providing him earlier 17 members had access to my subscription, right? Now you can see 18 members. Okay, in that 18 number, which means 17 plus 1, 17 plus 7 Dhanabal got added. So he should be able to access this subscription for now. We can even validate here. What the permission we gave is not the owner. Is not the contributor also. Not this one. This all custom permissions. Reader. Yeah, look at this. Dhanabal got added under the reader. Now, if you go to my, incognito browser. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think not this one also. Obviously not this one. Yeah, correct. Dhanabal, when you can check, he does not had any access, right? If you refresh this page, you should be able to see he got access to MSDN platform subscription as a reader role. Makes sense. This is how in real project, right? From the account admin, whatever the email ID you created your Azure account, that is something called account ID. Once you got the subscription access, we will enable the access to all the colleagues whoever works with us in live environment. Okay, now he can start create any resources. Okay, any doubt in this? How to create a user and how to provide my account and subscription access?
Hari, actually, this subscription when I mean when we focus on organization level, so they already have they have already subscribed some resources from that admin. They might, if you want to onboard any of our new application, and they will just create an user and then they will provide as a resource, or how it is going
No,
to
in the
be.
project, each one of us will have our own account, Azure account.
No, if we want to start a new project.
If you want to start a new project, the architect will be there, right? In the environment, the architect will be, supposed to have kind of, they will be creating the Azure account and they will enable for the subscription. Everything they will set up in the Azure account. Okay. Future, whoever going to work in that project, for those engineers, for those cloud engineers, they'll create a Azure account to log in and set up the resource and all. They'll take care once they got access.
That Azure account and this account is different, or it is similar to whatever we've seen?
I didn't get your question.
See, you said right. See, the Azure architects, they will create, if you want to onboard a new project, they will create a new account for the
New
project,
account,
right?
new subscriptions.
So they will create a new subscriptions.
Yeah, as an architect, the first time, if any company will take, Swiggy coming to Azure project. Okay, Azure cloud. They are from on-prem, they wanted to start use Azure cloud. What they will approach any company, service-based company, TCS, Wipro, HCL. So they will get the project from Swiggy. They will allocate one cloud architect for Swiggy project. That architect will create the Azure account first. He will enable the subscription, whatever he need for Swiggy environment. Okay. until that the architect job overs. After that, he whatever the credential, whoever the DevOps engineer, cloud engineer gonna work in that Sugi project, they all will get their own individual username and password. For day to day, for their activity, they will log in using that account. They will do their operations.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Any other doubt to anyone?
In my project, I log in to Azure portal. I search for subscriptions, but I don't see any. That means I'm not
You are
part
not.
of
You are not.
subscription.
Yeah, you have Azure account, but you are not part of any subscription. Subscription level access, you have not. No, aligned with your account, user account.
Okay. So what all I cannot do
You
in
cannot do
this case?
anything when you are not having a subscription access. You will not even create single resource.
Okay, here resource in sense, what
Resource
all?
means VM, database servers, storage account, creating storage.
Azure service, yeah. Generally, it's Azure service,
Azure
right?
services, yeah. That is something called resource.
Okay. But I can create groups, I can create users.
No
That
use
all
of
I
it, right? No use of it actually. Why? Because even you create, even if they're trying to log in, they can't do anything.
or
They can
is
log
it
into Azure
hidden?
account.
Is it hidden for me or how? Because in Azure,
Uh,
we take care of the security part. I create users, I add it to groups, I add them to roles.
in Azure portal.
Yes, I do that actually
Maybe
in
you
our
are
project.
works for IAM project, identity access.
Kind of, maybe. Yes,
Okay,
only
okay.
security we take care.
Yeah, yeah. So when if you remember, when you're trying to create any VM, example, I'll open VM in new tab. Also, you will create a users under enter ID, right?
Yeah.
Groups and all you will create it over here or different place.
Yes, here only in enter
Okay, let
ID.
me open both the services in next tabs. If you go there, if I try to create on VM, the very first line you can see it will ask you to select the subscription.
Oh,
Okay, so the general resources, compute resources, VMs, dash storage, any Azure services related resources. If you want to kickstart, very first line you must select your subscription. Only then it will allow further because it's mandatory column.
okay.
Okay, where if you go to this, sorry, I need to select enter ID, right? What you do regularly, if you go to the service, if you go to the user, in order to create a user, right, it does not ask you to select any,
Subscription.
subscriptions. Okay. So what they does, you created they created a user like that. They have assigned some role on you. You can only create a users. No other subscription level permissions they have given to you. Okay.
Okay.
That's why you
I'm
have
a
a limited.
global administrator for your
Correct.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to this, if you go to users, enable, assign roles. Here there are various roles are there actually. Okay, here they would have assigned any one particular role to you. Okay, and they
Yes.
assign you would able to manage Azure user alone.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so you have a very limited access actually.
Hmm.
So group administrator where you can create a manage groups, create manage group settings. Okay, I think probably you would have received this group administrator, something like role. So you
Yeah, I
cannot
have
create any Azure resources. You would create only users since you part of IAM
okay,
activity.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the difference.
Okay.
Good question, good call. Any other questions to anyone? It's like all of it good. So once you have done with that, right now we have logged in as Okay, we can go back here. We can close this. Okay, if you go to home of your Azure, there is next one something called as a resource group. What does it mean, resource group? Anyone knows? Anyone heard about this resource group before?
So number of
It's a
resources.
different like a
you want to
location,
man-
Location?
Logically divide your resources.
location point of that.
Not exactly. Any other input?
is grouping resources to manage.
Yeah, correct. That is, somehow I agree. Basically, what is resource group is, even though you have a prod, pre-prod, dev subscriptions, still you wanted to organize your resources. If you go, there's something called
Based on the resource group, they will charge the amount, right? Like whenever the system was on.
not exactly. I'll show you. Okay, you had a subscription, 3 subscriptions. What are those? Subscription, prod, subscription, pre-prod, subscription, dev. Like you had a 3 subscriptions they have. Okay, now what are you gonna do is, even though you have a 3 subscriptions, right? Inside the production, maybe you will have a 3 different applications you will support. Inside the subscription, you might support for a 3 different application. Application 1, application 2, application 03. You'll be supporting for 3 different application. Okay, so you will create a resource group for each application. Actually, you will create a resource group for each application. For application 1, for example, if I create one resource group, okay, resource group name itself, this is the resource group, imagine. This is my resource group, RG short form. So inside you create any resources, something called, VMs, lots of VM you are creating, and VNet you are creating, and some storages you are creating. Also with some database servers you are creating. Also with some DNS configuration you are doing load balancer. So everything, when you create for application 1, you would select a resource group name, then you will select all these things. Example, if you go to the Azure console, if I'm creating one resource group, okay, under the micro subscription, I'm going to select app 01. Okay. I'll create one resource group quickly. Okay, app 01 resource group has been created. Now, any resource if I'm gonna create on top of it, right? I'll open any service for VM or something. If I go for creating any virtual machine, we all know first we need to select the subscription, which comes under. Second one, right? We should select the resource group actually. Here you need to select app 1. So whatever the resources you are creating for your application 1, make sure you are selected the resource group, corresponding resource group. So still more your resources are organized. Still more your resources are organized. It'll be easy for us to check the billing, how much resource, how much we consumed per month. In a month, how much bill we gonna pay for application 1, application 2, application 3. So even more, you'll have a control in your resource. It will be easy for you to manage your resources. That is why we are using this resource group. All of you understand?
Yes.
This is the advantage of having our resource group. Okay. In Azure, when you are setting up your account, first you need to get the account, then you need to get the subscription access, then you need to plan for resource group. How many resource group you are going to have it in your environment. Where if you take, we have a close to, don't delete Prakash because this is our production resources are running. Network related things are there. So this one I'll delete it since I no longer needed. Anyway, also we can keep it, no issues. Want to delete the resource group, we can delete it. The another biggest advantage of a resource group, right? In Azure, there is a service available called all resources. There's a service available called all resources. If you go there, whatever the resources, a virtual machine, network security group or network interface, your disk, how many snapshots you have, how many IP addresses you have, everything will be displaying over here. See, as of now, we have a 15 records available in this account. If you want to filter anything, we have option here. See, if you have a multiple subscription, you can go and filter it. Okay, if you have a 3 subscription, right? Prod, so those things you can filter it here. Resource group. So if you go there, it will show you all the resource group. For example, I wanted to filter only the resource belongs to this particular resource group. I can select it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 6 resources are part of this particular resource group. If you want to delete it, clean it up in future, it will be easy for you to manage your resources when you categorize as a various resource groups. Make sense? Even through location wise also, you can divide it, which region it is. All those things you would able to manage that. Make sense? How your subscription works, resource group works, how we create a user and providing permission to access Azure account in the subscription level, and what are the use of resource group, and in Azure all resources, how we can filter our resources. Anyone has any doubt in this?
It's clear.
Yeah, perfect, guys. These are fundamentals. Okay, we should know before we kick starts. And coming to the services, right? As I mentioned here, coming to Azure, we have a very important services called VM. Because if you go any project without using VM, none of them will be there actually. Everybody will use this VM service. Followed by, we have something called VNet, virtual network. Okay. So here we'll set up our networking and we'll configure our virtual switches, router, firewalls kind of setup. We will do it over here as a VNet. Third one is storage account. As I said right yesterday, if you ask people like what is cloud, they'll simply tell storage, it's online storage. Yeah, a cloud has that functionality as well. Here they are calling it as a Microsoft storage account. In Azure, we can create a storage account. We can keep our data in that. And the database for Azure, right? It's maintained its own Cosmos DB and other SQL DBs are available. NoSQL and the SQL DBs are available within Azure. So we can make use of it. So even license also included in that. Okay. DNS. To translate your domain name to IP, IP to domain name, we use DNS. That DNS is available with a particular, Microsoft Azure. Okay, you don't need to go with third-party DNS and all. Here you have an option to use and avail for it. Load balancer. When you are working with the web application and all, working with the websites, We can have a load balancer to expose your application. Okay. All those things we would able to do it using a load balancer. Load balancer will help us to adjust the load, balance the load between two servers. We can configure a cluster, we can configure a load balancer. These are the essential services available with Microsoft Azure. But we do have plenty of services available in Azure. Okay, if you go there, you can see and you can explore. Okay, how many services are there and left? AI, machine learning services. These are the frequently accessed services. But apart from that, you have analytics, you have compute. Okay, in our session, right, approximately roughly what are the services we're going to discuss is, we'll start from Azure Intra, ID, Azure VM. So I'll ignore Azure, okay, because again and again. Oh, sorry. We'll discuss snapshot. Okay, images, load balancer, uh, availability set. Okay, DNS, private DNS. Okay, what else? Private DNS, load balancer, backup. Okay, recovery service, monitoring service, cost management related service. What else we gonna learn? Closely around the ARM, Azure Resource Manager, template spec service. Okay, what are the services? Help and support. What are the things we'll be learning? I couldn't recollect, but we are gonna learn most of this stuff. Here is the actual content. Here we'll go with the use case. Tomorrow we'll have one use case actually. Okay, we'll be learning everything with the use case perspective actually. Okay, we'll take a scenario, we will implement it. Probably tomorrow we'll discuss about this use case. I'll show you, I'll explain you. We missed the important thing. Azure storage account. VM skill set, SQL monitor, backup, restore, disaster recovery, PowerShell are on there. Okay, here we have given on very high level. Okay, close to 25 plus services we'll be learning. Apart from that, we'll have a DevOps concepts as well. In DevOps, right, we'll be learning a few other stuff. Probably I'll tell you what are the things we're gonna learn about DevOps. Tomorrow I'll tell you, okay? Importance of DevOps in real projects, job security and salary package. Tomorrow we'll discuss about that. The day after tomorrow we'll discuss about this virtual mission and things. This small brief about DevOps, all those things we are gonna learn. Yeah, we have a time, we'll start it. So that's it for today, guys. So any doubt before we wind up?
So a person who knows Azure as well as AWS will not get confused when he work
No, they will not get confused. I am a multi-cloud architect only. Personally, I know AWS. I work on Azure. I work on GCP as well, plus on-prem.
Okay.
So the person who has multiple languages, Tamil, English, Malayalam, so Telugu, so how he is able to manage. Same way, it will go inside of your subconscious mind. Even if you ask me 1,000 times, because I parallelly take multiple batches, even trainings. If you ask me, I will show you.
Oh, okay.
If you take one of my drive, right? See, I take AWS, I take Azure, even I take Python, I take GCP. I will not get confused. Even in our session, you can notice yesterday and today, I never pronounced even one word from AWS or GCP. Okay, so you will be able to manage it in the way.
Okay.
Even I took, Kubernetes as well.
Because they say the concepts are more or less same in
More or
both
less same actually. Look at this. This is my Azure DevOps batch. This is my AWS DevOps batch. This is a Kubernetes. If you go inside, here the term is a little bit different actually. Here we used to call IAM, EC2. As the morning you itself confused, right? EC2, S3. Here we
That's
call
why I was wondering about others.
yeah.
Ah,
If we go to my Azure DevOps batch, right? Exactly. We'll have VM, storage account, role-based access control, subscription and role management. So we'll go VNet. We'll go with this naming standard. So when day by day, every day, when you work with that, when you use to, we will get practice with that. So no problem in that. Okay.
Okay. Because you asked some questions related Azure, I was answering for AWS.
Yeah.
That's why.
No issue with that. Okay, guys. Then we'll connect tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. Very informative.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.